Good morning. My name is Marcus Soler. I'm one of the annuity marketing directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Want to thank everyone for joining us this morning. We do have Jake Quagliaroli on from one of our strategic partners with Nassau Re joining us this morning. So I want to thank Jake for joining us on the call this morning. We're going to be covering the growth annuity from Nassau Re, one of the key accumulation plays within the industry. This will position you and your clients with one of the best accumulation plays in the industry today for just straight accumulation on either the 7 or 10-year chassis. If you're in California, it's either the 7 or 9-year chassis, which was just approved earlier this week, which is great news. Or you can tie an income rider to the plan as well if they are looking for income based on their time horizon. We will be covering a ton of information in the webinar this morning. So what I do ask is if you do have questions as we go through the webinar this morning, please ask questions as we go. We will try to address those as we cover different topics going through the webinar this morning. I will try to cover some information on insurance agency marketing services as we get started. If you're not familiar with our organization, we have been in business over 30 years. We are a family-run organization. We do have some differences that make us stand alone from other organizations out there in the industry. One of which is we do not have voicemail here at Insurance Agency Marketing. We do answer all the phone calls live and in person during business hours. And we do have a 2-ring challenge that we do pick up every call within 2 rings on the phone as the inbound calls do come in. And so again, I want to thank everyone for taking time to listen in this morning. I want to thank Jake from Nassau Re, and let's go ahead and get started this morning. We do have the new producer builder program. It is a way for us to say thank you and welcome aboard to Insurance Agency Marketing Services. It is built on the premise of you doing business within the first 6 months with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. It is based on either fixed index annuity premium or single premium life business. It is based on premium, either $100,000 in premium all the way to $1 million for the first 6 months that you're on board with us. It is a way for us to say thank you and welcome aboard to the Insurance Agency Marketing family. You can choose anything from $750 in cash to a 1,500 piece postcard mailing to help keep your pipeline full at the $100,000 level, all the way to getting some preset pre-qualified appointments to us doing some custom articles, special projects on request, or doing some new marketing ventures for you as well. So you choose what you would like, anywhere in between. Whatever you do choose, the program does shut off, but again, it's a way for us to say thank you and welcome aboard. We do have the Insurance Agency Marketing Business Builders as well. Several different programs here, again, for us to reinvest within your practice to help you build your agencies. We have the referral producer program, and we also have the marketing reimbursement. Referral pays you not only when you refer agents to us and they contract, but as they place their first piece of business and continue to write with us. We also have the marketing reimbursement program. We pay $100 in marketing reimbursement for every $100,000 in index annuity premium. We also pay on single premium life and life target. We do recognize here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services that it is very expensive to run your practice. We want to help offset those costs for you so you can continue to do what you do best, which is meet prospects and continue to grow your practice and build for many years to come. We also offer some of the best back office support. Amber Williams and her team in the new business area will take those jobs off the table for you. So like I said, you can continue to do what you do best, which is meet prospects and continue to write business. They will do all the follow-up for you on the back side of the business, follow up on your business, make sure it gets paid in a timely manner. We also have some of the best top sales expertise and coaching on the front end. We will run all your quotes for you. We have paperless contracting. When we aren't in the office, we have forms at your fingertips and much, much more. If you have any questions on any aspect of the business, you can certainly reach us here at the office at 1-800-255-5055, and anyone here at the office can answer any questions for you. We do offer Firelight. It is our electronic e-application process. It does streamline the process for you, the advisor. We do find it does eliminate all or most errors on applications across the board, which will streamline, get that policy back in your hands much quicker. You paid much quicker, and the policy in your client's hands much quicker as well. There are several different carriers that are approved on that platform, and which are on the left side of the screen. Most of the carriers on the right side here, we are expecting to be approved here very, very shortly. Again, if you have any questions on our Firelight system, how you access it, how you work the system, you can certainly call and talk to any of the annuity marketers or Cynthia or Amber in our office at the number listed at the bottom of the screen. We do have, I think, one of the best creative marketing departments in the industry. It is run by Curtis Hawks and Jacob Tedlock. They can be reached here in the office, no matter where you are in your practice, whether you're just starting out and looking for a logo and letterhead design. We can match you there and help you achieve that next level. Or if you've been in the business of 15, 20, 30 years and you're looking at doing some green screen as far as advertising for some of the major networks like NBC, CNBC, we can certainly help you with some customized advertising for the major networks as well. So we just need to find out a little bit more about you and your practice and where you're at. And what we do here is do a marketing analysis once we get you on board, find out what you've done in the past, what works for you, what you're looking to do, and customize a marketing plan for the next 12 months and help you achieve your goals through that. So please give us a call. We'll be more than happy to take a look at what you're currently doing and help you get to that next level of success. When we aren't in the office during regular business hours, we do have the IAMS website, which is www.iamsinc.com or iamsinc.com. Out there, we do have several different items to help you continue to do business when we are not here. We do have news articles out there. We have quoting software. We have rates. We have forms online, annuity grids. We also have our sales resource library, which also has client presentations at your fingertips. So if you find yourself in a jam and don't have a presentation for a particular subject, there's over 600 different presentations out there that are available to you at your fingertips that you can look through and find one for that particular instance, and that can help you work through that client appointment. If you have any questions on our IAMS website, you can certainly call and reach out to any of the annuity directors or life directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing, and we would be more than happy to answer any questions or walk you through the website so you are more familiar with those tools available at your fingertips. Once you are on board with us, we do offer Retirement Analyzer. Retirement Analyzer is our retirement income planning software tool. It is a way for us to help your clients achieve their financial goals. It is a way to answer some of the questions down at the bottom of the screen, like, how would it affect my family if I die prematurely? What if the plan in which I believe to be true turned out not to be true? When would I like to know, today or the first day of retirement? So in helping your clients plan for their financial future, if you're able to use an analysis software tool that can simplify that process and draw out a tool that will show your clients whether or not they're on track for retirement, would that be useful to you and your clients? We do provide this tool free of charge for the advisors that are currently writing and in good standings with Insurance Agency Marketing as an additional value add. If you have any questions on this, you can either reach out to myself, Marcus Solar, or David Corwin here in the office, and we would be more than happy to answer any questions with regards to the Retirement Analyzer software program. We also offer IMS Wealth Management. If you are considering getting your Series 65, which will increase your revenue, you're not leaving any money on the table for other advisors to come in or registered reps. What we found is it increases your improved client retention and strengthens those relationships. If you're looking to expand your business, please give us a call. Ask to speak to Charles Herring Jr. He'd be more than happy to discuss IMS Wealth Management with you, or Mike Hansen. You can reach them in the office at 1-800-255-5055. They'd be more than happy to discuss the ins and outs of attaining the Series 65 license and what it would take to get that additional license and added to your practice. We did announce our exclusive Top Producers Summit. That's going to be taking place 2022, August 28th through September 4th. Qualification period right now is running from December 1st of 2020 through June 30th of 2022. It will take 4.5 million points to qualify on the annuity side. It is dollar for dollar to qualify for that trip. The good news is any business that goes through insurance agency marketing will qualify you for the trip. For a total and complete breakdown for that, please give us a call. We'll be more than happy to discuss that with you. You can reach us here at the office at 800-255-5055. Again, a great trip over in Italy. It's leaving Rome on 8/28 and returning to Venice, Italy on 9/4. Once you hit the 4.5, you are guaranteed a room on the cruise. So great opportunity there for producers that want to go on an excellent trip over in Europe. We do offer also the Life and Annuity Academy, and we've not held one of these for some time because of COVID, but we did announce that we are going to be holding one September 29th. It's going to be held in conjunction with Athene over in Des Moines, Iowa. What we're looking for is advisors that are currently licensed through our organization with Athene and writing that business through our organization. This trip will be 100% paid for by Athene and insurance agency marketing with no cost to the advisor. We will be bringing in several multi-million-dollar producers talking about their sales practice, what they do for prospecting, what's worked for them during COVID, what has not worked for them during COVID. Also, we're going to be talking about their turnkey prospecting programs, advanced annuity sales, wealth transfer tools, retirement income planning tools like Retirement Analyzer. So industry threats and trends from Athene's perspective, what products are going to look like here going into the future. So many topics are going to be talked about at this event. If you are interested in possibly being considered to attend this event and being invited out for the event, please give us a call at the number listed at the bottom, 800-255-5055. Or there is a pre-registration sheet out on our website at www.imsinc.com. It will ask for referral information. Please put my name down as a referral. And we'll get back to you on final decisions on that. But again, it is paid for 100% by Athene and insurance agency marketing. Again, we're looking for advisors that are licensed with Athene through our organization and currently writing that business through us. We are also out on Facebook and LinkedIn, so if you do follow the social media platforms, we do try to update articles on a daily and weekly basis on our ever-changing environment, or updates on products or new products or events going on. So those are links listed below. I would ask that you click and follow. If you have any questions on this or questions on any of the articles out there, you can certainly reach us here at the office or shoot us an email or shoot me an email. My email is marcus@imsinc.com. I'll be more than happy to get back to you as soon as possible. Again, at this point, what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn it over to Jake Quagliaroli. Again, Jake is a key partner of Insurance Agency Marketing. Nassau is a strategic company, one of our strategic partners for many, many years. They bring a great portfolio of business and products to the table for our advisors to use. The growth annuity is a top accumulation play within the industry that brings either accumulation options, shorter or longer term, or income options available in the marketplace today. So at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jake. So Jake, thank you for joining us. And again, if anyone has any questions as we go through the information today, please feel free to put that question in the box listed to the right, and we'll try to answer those as we go.
Awesome, Marcus. Well, thanks. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the opportunity here. It's hard to believe we're already in early August from a year standpoint. So excited for I know you mentioned strategic partnership. Obviously, extremely excited to continue to build momentum together. Part of the reason that we're sitting here talking today is a lot of the great value that insurance agency marketing brings to the table. There are key core sort of partnership opportunities together between Nassau and insurance agency marketing, and having the opportunity today where we're going to spend a majority of the time talking about the newest product inside our portfolio, the accumulation-based product, but again, with the synergies in terms of the products that we provide, the product solutions, with all the great value add that insurance agency marketing brings to the table. It's a partnership that we've seen really continue to grow and build significant momentum over the last couple of years. So without further ado, again, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your schedule today. What we're going to do over the next 20, 25 minutes. First and foremost, again, talk about who Nassau is. Hopefully by now you're familiar with the name, but you're going to see a very long history in terms of providing retirement solutions and following through on those solutions with clients. From there, again, a lot of great value add that insurance agency marketing brings. You're going to see some great value add with our very popular, very attainable Nassau Elite program that's exclusive to you through insurance agency marketing. From there, we're going to transition over to the product, and we're going to highlight really the key focus today, the Nassau Growth Annuity. But we're not going to solely focus on that product in terms of the high-level bells and whistles. What I want to do is show you a lot of the different great product differentiators, a lot of the features that really separate this product from other accumulation contracts that are out there. I'm going to give you a couple sales strategies and concepts that we have producers successfully positioning the product today, and we'll wrap it up by doing a quick sort of overview of the entire portfolio, a slide each, key points with the products, as well as some great, again, value add sort of business efficiencies that we've continued to monitor and roll out inside of our portfolio. But first and foremost, who is Nassau? As I mentioned, hopefully it's a name that you're familiar with. Back in 2016, Nassau purchased at the time Phoenix Life and Annuity Company. And from 2016 to today, put the company through a major transformation, really changed our footprint, if you will, within the industry. But we did that wanting to still maintain the heritage that we have. You can see under Phoenix, we've been in business since 1851. So 2021 is our 170th year in business. One of the things that we get the most positive feedback or name recognition, brand recognition in talking with advisors today is the fact that along that 170-year history, we insured Abraham Lincoln. So again, it sort of helps put some tangible time frame around how long we've been in this space. But as I mentioned, the real key focus now moving forward is 2016. Nassau came in and purchased a company again at the time Phoenix Life and Annuity Company. Since that acquisition, what we've seen is an AM Best upgrade. One of only 3 insurance companies over the last several years to receive an upgrade. In 2020, we finalized the acquisition of Foresters Life of New York, an A+ rated company, domiciled out of New York. So those of you that might be familiar with the acquisition process, there is a lot of scrutiny. There is a lot of involvement in terms of state insurance departments, state regulators. So having that third-party affirmation of Forster's Life of New York, an A-plus rated company, moving over to Nassau provides a great sort of, again, peace of mind in terms of the stability of what Nassau's brought to the table. And last but not least, in 2021, we went into an agreement with Stone Point Credit and Wilton Re, very conservative reinsurance companies, where we've received a commitment of a minimum of $100 million of capital to continue Nassau's growth plan. So the reason I highlight those 3 points since the acquisition is, again, to me, I could sit here and tell you a lot of the different financial numbers. I could talk about all the different transformations that Nassau has done since taking over the company. But to have 3 key significant different third-party companies give affirmation in terms of the commitment and the growth and the footprint that we're continuing to build, to me, is more powerful than anything else that we can talk about. So that's our obviously the history, a lot of great positive momentum. One of the main reasons that as we talk with insurance agency marketing, why we felt this was a great opportunity to partner together and continue to bring some great product solutions and all the value add both sides of the table bring to you out there doing this on a daily basis out in the field. Now, again, you saw with insurance agency marketing, a lot of great different value add programs, incentive trips, meetings to really help you bring value back into your business. One of the things that Nassau, as the carrier provider we wanted to do, the product manufacturer, is also have some sort of value add program. And we're excited. 2021 is our 3rd year offering the Nassau Elite program. This is something that's available to you through insurance agency marketing. To qualify for Nassau Elite, it requires only $1.5 million in FIA sales throughout the calendar year. So January 1 through December 31, 1.5 million in qualifying credits will qualify you for Nassau Elite. And again, qualifying credit, $1 of FIA premium equals 1 credit towards Nassau Elite. For achieving only that $1.5 million level, you're going to get access to 3 potentially great value adds back into your business. First and foremost is a compensation bonus. Your first year qualifying for Nassau Elite, we're going to retro to $1, pay you a 50 basis point bonus on your entire block of FIA sales for that year. If you were to qualify for a second consecutive year, we'll increase that bonus up to 75 basis points. And again, retro it to $1, giving you that 75 basis point bonus on your entire block of FIA sales for that year. In addition to compensation enhancement, we're working to build sort of a pod for you and your business inside of Nassau. Again, you've got one of the best back office support teams in the industry with insurance agency marketing. But what we want to do is take it a step further. And once you achieve Nassau Elite, you'll be assigned a dedicated new business case manager. You'll have access to our suitability team for maybe more challenging cases or pieces of business that you're working on. And in addition to that, you will be assigned a dedicated post-service account manager. So again, you'll have your own team responsible for working with you so you can better that relationship. They can get a better understanding of your business. And as Mark just mentioned earlier, help us move your business through the system quicker. Get that contract, that policy delivered to your client and get you paid faster. Not only that, now do you have elite level service, a dedicated team inside of Nassau. You have a compensation enhancement. If you're one of our top 50 producers in 2021, you and a guest will join 49 other qualifiers and their guests in Key Largo, Florida in April of 2022. It's a great way where you're going to have access to Nassau leadership, to 49 other industry leaders in terms of production on the advisor side, to celebrate your successes, talk about new strategies and ways that you can continue to build your business. So again, I think a very valuable program that, again, requires only $1.5 million in FIA premium and your partnership with Nassau through insurance agency marketing. Now let's begin the transition and talk about what we're really here to talk about, the strength of the Nassau accumulation product. But before we do that, again, high level, when you look at the Nassau portfolio, you might already know us for our industry-leading lifetime income product, the personal income annuity. Up to a 45% income benefit-based bonus or a 14% guaranteed simple roll-up with the Income Tomorrow rider. We continue to offer our personal protection choice, a product that not only provides a competitive lifetime income stream, but also will enhance that income if the client were to go into nursing home or not able to fulfill 2 of 6 ADLs, as well as provide a lump sum, 100% lump sum death benefit that pays directly to the beneficiary and grows at up to 10% simple per year. So a lot of great product on the guaranteed side. But what we want to highlight today is the launch of the Nassau Growth Annuity. And I guess I say launch in the fact that we recently rolled out this product actually Monday of this week in the state of California. So we now have the Nassau Growth Annuity available in 46 states. And again, a great, unique accumulation-based product for you to really maximize that accumulation potential. High level, let's talk about the strength of this product. 0 to 85 issue age, up to $1 million premium without prior home office approval. But to me, the real benefit of this contract, as I talk with advisors, is the flexibility and customization that you have with the Nassau Growth Annuity. You can see with this product, we currently offer a 7 and 10-year contract duration. And if you're joining us today or you work with clients in the state of California, that 10-year contract is actually a 9-year version. But overall, 7 and 10-year contract duration. Every product that we offer within the Nassau Growth Annuity comes with a 10% penalty-free withdrawal available as soon as 30 days after issue. In addition to that, when we again talk about flexibility and customization, we'll highlight this in the coming slides, but you're going to see both fee and no fee accumulation strategies. So depending on your goal, depending on the comfort level of you and the client, we have the ability to structure this with either fee or no fee strategies. If we elect some of those enhanced participation rate strategies that come with a fee, know that again, every 7 and 10-year contract comes with a built-in return of premium, or as I like to call return of fee feature. So if we go through an extended period of time of down markets, that flat to down markets, and your client had elected one of the fee strategies trying to enhance that accumulation potential, and their premium goes backwards because of that fee, at the end of contract duration or at death, Nassau is going to true up that fee and make sure your client never gets worse in the premium that they put into the contract. In addition to that, on our 10-year product, you also have the ability to attach one of 2 different optional income riders. So again, a ton of flexibility, a ton of customization inside the Nassau Growth Annuity. But the sizzle with this product is, again, really the accumulation potential. Industry-leading S&P 500 par rates. Very strong smart passage index and again, accumulation opportunity of up to 145% par. But let's talk about the participation rates that you have on this product. And then let's break down that smart passage index and, again, what it means in terms of a complementary index running alongside the S&P 500. For sake of time, I'm going to focus on the Group A states on the screen in front of us. But again, you can see all the different rates available on the 10-year version of the product as well as the 7-year. And I'm going to jump right to the S&P par strategies. You can see currently on our 1-year S&P 500, no cap, no spread, no fee. You have a very, very strong, one of the best in the industry, 40% participation rate. If that client wanted to look at enhancing that par rate, so we're going to assess a 1% strategy fee on any assets that are allocated into that bucket for the time that they're in there. That's going to bump the par rate up to 54%. A 2-year S&P par rate, no cap, no spread, no fee, of a very strong 55%. And again, for a 1% strategy fee, we're going to enhance that par rate all the way up to 75%. So hopefully you can see the value or the strength in those participation rates focused on the S&P 500, an index and allocation bucket that your client's more than likely very familiar with, or at least they have some sort of basic understanding of that S&P 500 and what it's supposed to do over a 7 or 10-year period. Then we can talk about sprinkling in this Smart Passage Index. You can see the 2-year Sunrise Smart Passage Index, base par rate, no cap, no spread, no fee, of a very strong 105%. For that 1% strategy fee, we're going to bump the par rate all the way up to 145%. And again, just so you're aware, you have the opportunity and the ability to allocate funds between any and all of these strategies. We can reallocate on contract anniversaries, either 1 or 2 year, depending on the strategy that we're in. And only time that client is going to be assessed that 1% strategy fee is when they have a portion of their assets allocated to one of those enhanced allocation strategies. If they allocate out of that, that fee stops. And it's obviously only going to apply to the portion of the assets that are allocated inside of that bucket. But let's talk about this Smart Passage Index. As I mentioned up front, what I really wanted to do is highlight some of the differentiators that you have and help you sort of, I know some of the terminology and the verbiage that we're going to use is something that you would never really talk about or go into detail with a client. But I want you to understand how this works and what this index can mean from an accumulation potential. So first and foremost, when you look at the design of the Smart Passage Index, what we wanted to try and do is keep it simple. So many of these vol control indexes have, you look at the design of them, you look at what's inside of them, and it's almost like you need a PhD to understand how they work or how they operate. We know a majority of assets inside of FIA products are allocated to S&P 500 strategies. So we wanted to have that S&P focus. But we wanted to provide an index that had some higher upside or accumulation potential. And to do that, we basically decided to go with what they call the low vol anomaly or the low vol phenomenon. And if you look over time, low volatile stocks tend to outperform higher volatility stocks. So if you go through a 7 or 10 year period and we take out some of those significant swings that you have with higher volatility stocks, over time, low vol stocks will tend to outperform higher volatility stocks. So the Smart Passage Index is comprised or tracks the 200 least volatile stocks inside of the S&P 500. But how do we differentiate this from other vol indexes? How do we give your client the opportunity to maximize their accumulation potential? And here's the first differentiator, is the fact that we come in with that 16.5% volatility target. So think about that. The average vol index that you might be selling out there in the marketplace today, my guess is it would carry anywhere between a 4 to 6% volatility target. We're nearly 3 to 4 times what the average vol target is in today's environment. What's the impact of that to your client? If you think today, the S&P 500 is generally carries roughly on average a 16% volatility. If you're offering an index that only provides a 4 or 5% vol target, you're really capping out that client's exposure at a quarter to a third of what the volatility is out in the open markets. So the index was designed to provide equity, to have higher accumulation potential, if you will. And with that 16.5% vol target, we can track more of what the index does from an overall growth perspective. And then we have a unique feature called the Sunrise strategy. And this is what allows us, between that high vol target and this Sunrise strategy, allows us to offer generally 2 to 3 times what your average high vol index will allow for. And what that Sunrise strategy does is it removes the top performing month in every 12-month block. So again, the offset there to removing that top performing month is, first off, we're in a low vol environment. So we're trying to reduce the gaps between the best performing and worst performing month. We're offering 3 to 4 times the average vol target that's out there today, and 2 to 3 times the participation rate you're going to see on a standard S&P 500 strategy. But more importantly, is inside of this index, there's also a mechanism that controls the exposure to the index that we're tracking. As hopefully you've seen, this Smart Passage Index is an all equities-based strategy. We don't move to cash. But how do we reduce that exposure to your client? How do we maximize the accumulation potential? And this is with this core exposure mechanism that will range anywhere from 0 to 350%. Again, what does that mean? The easiest way to describe it is, let's say volatility in the Smart Passage Index is 16.5%. What we're going to do is we're going to track the returns 1 to 1 or 100%. Let's say volatility spikes and jumps to 33%. Well, instead of moving this index or this asset to cash, what we do is we just reduce the amount that we're tracking the index. In this scenario, since we doubled the vol target, we're tracking the index at half or 50%. But let's say volatility drops, and let's say it drops down to 8.25, or half of what our 16.5 vol target is. In that scenario, what we're going to do is we're going to increase our exposure to the Smart Passage Index and we're going to double it or up to 200%. So we're going to track 2 times what the index is doing. And what that allows us to do is really, again, maximize that the client's exposure and the opportunity for growth. Because think about generally what happens in a bull market. What happens to volatility? It decreases. And if volatility decreases inside the Smart Passage Index, we're going to increase the amount that we're tracking that index all the way up to 3.5 times or 350%. Is going to allow us to more often than not capture more of that upside. Again, I know that's a lot of detail in terms of this index, but high level, if you can break down the differentiators, and we've got a great website out there that walks through this index, some great marketing pieces. You can see the daily closes of the Smart Passage Index. But the important thing is its uniqueness in this industry. As far as I'm aware of, the highest vol target out there is 16.5%, which really tracks or mirrors the S&P, which comes in at 16%. And that core exposure, that instead of moving to cash, what we try and do is double up during low vol periods, reduce our exposure to that index in higher volatility periods, and maximize that accumulation potential for that client. And that's what you're going to see on the customized illustrations that we're able to do. You can all see the accumulation potential or the numbers out there on the slide. But what I want to highlight on the screen that you're looking at, and again, this is focused on the Group A states. A lot of advisors that I'm working with will sit here and say, hey, Jake, I'm working with a client, and they're moving assets from an account that maybe has fees or had fees, and they don't want anything to do with fees any longer. While I completely understand that, and we can customize a solution to meet that goal for that client, for you and that client, inside the growth annuity, take a look at the difference with those enhanced participation rate strategies. You can see in the last 10 year, that 1 year S&P, it's a difference of over 1.7, almost 1.7% on average per year. In the 2 year S&P, over 2.2% more in terms of average annual returns. And you can see almost 3% more in terms of average annual returns with the Sunrise Smart Passage Index. So there is value to attaching that strategy fee. And again, I'm not going to spend a ton of time walking through all the numbers. Here you can see the Group A states, the Group B states. You have slightly reduced participation rates and caps, still very, very strong in the industry today, and still extremely strong growth potential based on the backcasted illustrations. That's the strength of the Nassau Growth Annuity. Again, the complementary indexes, S&P 500, along with that Smart Passage Index. Couple it alongside the industry-leading guarantees that we have with Personal Income Annuity and Personal Protection Choice, and we can really tailor-make a retirement plan to meet what you and your client are working on. But the one thing I want to point out, again, a lot of times what I'll see is working with advisors, they want to allocate or they want to show an illustration with 100% of the assets going into the one that's backcasted the best. What I like to do is sort of temper some of that excitement, if you will. And here what you see is we'll put together an illustration doing a 50-50 split. Because to me, that Smart Passage Index, with the design and the uniqueness of it, it's your home run hitting index. So let's allocate a portion of the assets into the Smart Passage Index. And then let's go with that tried and true S&P and put 50% of the assets into the 1 year S&P strategy. And you can see after 10 years, $100,000 would have grown over the last 10 to over $230,000. So you still, even with that diversification, have a strong accumulation story and a great potential, again, as we continue to move through different challenging market environments to try and maximize that upside potential. One of the other great strategies a lot of advisors I work with right now are focused on is Roth conversions. And I believe that the Nassau Growth Annuity provides a great Roth conversion vehicle. Is inside Nassau, you can do full Roth conversions inside of our portfolio. Yes, that's going to take a qualified account and give that client a tax consequence or tax liability up front. But you see with the accumulation potential, now we can provide tax-free growth down the road. And again, we can provide flexibility for that client because they no longer have to take a required minimum distribution. But if they need access to cash, they've got up to 10% penalty-free that's available as soon as 30 days after issue. So look at this as a potential opportunity where a Roth conversion might make sense to a client. Not a ton of, as we mentioned up front with the 7-year product, Not a ton of slides to run through it. I wanted to just reiterate the rates. Again, the flexibility and customization with this product up to age 85, 10% penalty free. You've got that return of fee feature built in. So for a client that maybe time horizon is a little bit longer, or maybe they're approaching retirement, but they still have a few years and they want to try and maximize that growth. We've got that 7-year product. We can maximize that growth. And then at some point down the road, retransition that into a guaranteed lifetime income product. Quickly, we'll highlight this slide in front of you. This is a new piece that actually I expect later today to have an updated version of this, and we're working to get this online. But to me, one of the importance when you're talking about accumulation-based products is working with a partner that's going to be transparent, that's going to show you what their renewal rate history is. So I was extremely thankful when we were able to roll this piece out to the field, and what this does is it's going to show you the renewal rate history of the Nassau Growth Annuity. And again, why that's important, when you go into a product today that has some of the top, if not the top crediting rates available, you want to make sure that 2 years down the road when you go meet with the client, 4 years down the road, 6 years down the road, that product is still offering competitive interest rates or competitive crediting rates on the product. And that's what we're going to show you with this piece. We're going to be transparent in terms of where our renewal rates are. But the other point I want to mention is when we built the Nassau Growth Annuity, we built it with what's called a fixed option budget. And what that means is each and every year, Nassau's going in at the renewal period with the same option budget to purchase the vehicles that to purchase the options that are backing the par rates we're able to offer. We're not going in and reducing our budget by 50% year 2, year 3. I'm not saying that par rates are going to remain the same because option prices and bond prices can change, but much more consistency in terms of the rates that we're able to provide, knowing that the company's going in every year with the same budget to back those features. Last 30 seconds from a product standpoint, as I mentioned with our 10-year product, we do have the ability to offer 2 optional income riders. Right now, about 15% of the business we receive has an optional income rider attached. And of that, about 90% is going to the rider at the top of the screen, our amplified income. For only 25 basis points, we're going to attach a benefit base that's going to grow at 150% of index credits. You can see from an income perspective what that potentially means. Here again, $100,000 premium. We've got a 50-50 split between the Smart Passage and the 1-year S&P. And after 10 years, you see a benefit base of over $267,000, which translates to over $16,000 in lifetime income for the client. So again, a great complementary sale alongside one of the guaranteed products that we offer. We talked about the transformation since Nassau took over in 2016. One of the first things that they brought to the table was an e-application, so something we've been working on and honing in for the last 5-6 years. Last year, we launched our e-contract delivery, again, trying to put more efficiencies back into your business to where we'll deliver the contract PDF to both you and the client. Earlier this year, we launched our Suitability Instant Decision Guarantee, a tool in advance of our eApp software, which when you input some of our suitability information, 3 to 5 minute process, you're going to get an instant decision guarantee. You can get immediate approval on that case. And again, the efficiency there is now you know you're not going to have to go back and forth with the client, getting things initialed, getting new signatures, answering questions that the company has. That contract's already been approved. For those that don't meet that decision, we're going to give you direct access to a suitability team. They're going to talk through the challenges and work with you to continue to get that case submitted so that we can get that thing issued. As I mentioned, our way of thanking you for partnering with Nassau with insurance agency marketing, again, gives you the ability to qualify for Nassau Elite, comp enhancements, service enhancement, potential for TRIP for only $1.5 million in FIA sales. So I know that's a lot of information, and when we talk about the Smart Passage Index, a lot of detailed information in terms of how that strategy works. And even though I feel sometimes we can get lost in the weeds with it, I think it's important to understand how this product is able to provide the types of potential returns it can, the differentiators this product provides, and what that can mean from your client. But no, in addition to that, again, we still have some of the best guaranteed products in the marketplace today, with our Nassau Personal Income Annuity offering up to a 45% income benefit-based bonus, or a 14% guaranteed roll-up for a client with a little longer time horizon, but looking to protect that asset that's meant to provide a lifetime income. Again, that personal protection choice, that's going to cover income, nursing home, in-home care, as well as legacy with that lump sum death benefit. So with that, again, Marcus, I want to thank you for the continued partnership, for all that you do to continue to move the relationship forward. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your schedule today. Hopefully you saw something that was valuable, but Marcus, I'll kick it back to you to wrap things up and close things out with any questions that might be out there.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions for you. Will Nassau accept trust-owned annuity business, grantor trust-owned annuitant, children of trust contingent beneficiaries?
From a trust perspective, yes, we are very, I'll call it very new business friendly. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but trust business is something that we will allow, as you outlined there, we will allow within our portfolio. What we do not allow is corporately owned product policies at this point in time.
Okay. I got a couple of questions out here about how much was Abraham Lincoln's death benefit, do you know?
That's a great. It's funny that that comes up from time to time. I believe, from what I've heard, don't hold me to this, but I think it was $25,000, which seems obviously minuscule, but obviously at that point in time, probably a large sum of money.
Right. I know you showed a quote on the system about the income rider with 150%. Do you have a quote on the income plus rider at all? Someone had a question on that.
Yeah, no, good question. In this presentation, I do not.
Okay.
But that is something, Marcus, I can obviously put that together for you and get it over to you.
Okay.
The nice part is, again, to your point, that amplified income plus rider, the cost increases from 25 basis points up to 95 basis points.
Right.
What you get for that additional cost, we're still going to grow the benefit base at 150% of index credits for up to 15 years. But you also have a 3% simple roll-up guaranteed for up to 15 years. So it's going to provide a little bit of guarantee to ensure that obviously we're going to be able to provide a higher income at some point down the road. But I'm happy to get one put together in the same amount and get it over to you to distribute.
Okay. How soon can the client take the 10% free withdrawal off the growth annuity?
30 days. Every one of our products have 10% penalty-free withdrawal available as soon as 30 days after issue.
Can you go back and show the screen where it says 25 bips and 95 bips for the rider, please?
I can. Let's see. I wish I was better at navigating these things, but there it is. So
yeah, I'm technically challenged too.
So that's sort of, and I know we're working at, some additional potential riders. I don't know if it will, change what's currently on the product, but one of the things that you can expect from us probably sometime later this year is an increasing income one as well. So as the product continues to perform, the client's income has the potential to increase as well. So definitely be on the lookout for information coming from insurance agency marketing. That is something that I believe we will have the opportunity to offer at some point down the road here.
So when you think about the 150 in growth overall, I mean, the 150 in growth made a substantial change to the quote when we saw that on the next page. But when you add the 3% guarantee to that as well, that makes a tremendous difference as well when you add that on top of the 150%. So I can also throw together a example quote for those that are on the webinar today, a generic quote, and send that out and show you everyone what that looks like after the webinar today. But that in itself makes a tremendous difference if you're looking at the 10-year or the 7-year product. It doesn't really matter which one you're looking at. It will make a tremendous difference across the board depending on how long the client's looking to leave that deferred. So let's take a look here. Does the 10% free withdrawal after 30 days affect the commission, any chargebacks on this product?
There it is. That's the most important question, right? So no, because the product has that built-in penalty-free feature, as long as you don't exceed that 10%, it does not create a chargeback.
Now, I know that it was just approved in California earlier this week. Prior to that, it was approved in New Jersey. So at
You
this
got it.
point in time, what states are not approved for the growth annuity? You want to cover
So
that?
current great. Uh, Put me on the spot, I guess. In terms of states not available, New York, Massachusetts, um, Minnesota, and actually, I
No?
believe those are the only three where the product is currently not approved. So we're available in 47 of the 50 states.
Okay.
And New York is the one, as most people know. Unfortunately, more likely than not, we will not have the product there for anybody working with New York-based clients.
Okay.
We're working hard. We're hopefully getting some momentum with Massachusetts, as well as Minnesota. So keep your ear to the ground if you're working in one of those states.
Okay. All right. Any other questions for us this morning? Or anything else you'd like to touch on this morning, Jake?
No, Mark, I love all the interaction, the questions that are out there. Like I say, I can't thank enough for you guys continuing to see the value in this product and marketing it. I think it is a great great opportunity. You were just talking about the Fight Income Plus on the screen in front of you and the value of that 3% simple. And I always like to point out, reminder that with that personal income annuity product, for 95 basis points, we have that Income Tomorrow rider, which grows at a guaranteed 14% simple. So there's a great way, I use the word complementary sort of sale a lot with our portfolio, whether we're looking at growth annuity and the S&P strategy and the smart passage and how those two work together. Well, I think, again, with that Income Tomorrow strategy, as well as this amplified income rider with growth annuity, again, you have the opportunity to drop a portion of the assets into the guaranteed product and cover maybe that gap of income that client has for fixed expenses in their retirement days, and really shoot for the highest upside, the most income, leveraging the strength of that growth annuity. So I think it's a great point that you brought up there. So again, thank you for the time and all that you do to continue to move the partnership forward.
Sure. I got one other question that popped up here. Can you explain the difference on the income today and income tomorrow differences?
Yeah, great question. So income today, income tomorrow is something that is currently available on both our personal income annuity as well as the personal protection choice product. The way the income today rider works is it's going to give your client an immediate 30% bonus to their income account or their benefit base. So if you come in with a $100,000 premium, you now have an income account that is immediately $130,000. If that client elects to activate that rider within the first 30 days after issue through the first contract anniversary, Nassau is going to calculate that income off of that $130,000 benefit base. If they defer 1 year, we add another 7.5% bonus on top of that benefit base. And if they defer 2 years or 24 months before activating the rider, we're going to add another 7.5% bonus, giving them a full 45% bonus guaranteed to their income account or benefit base. Now, if the client didn't turn on income, activate that income, at that point, we're going to continue to grow that account at 3% simple through the 10th year. But you can see with that big upfront bonus, it was really designed for a client who knows they're going to transition from the accumulation to the distribution phase within the first 2 to 3 years after issue. With the Income Tomorrow rider, instead of getting the big upfront bonus, what we're going to do is we're going to grow the income account or benefit base at 14% simple per year. Again, for up to 10 years or until the client activates the rider, whichever comes first. So again, by doing the math, you're going to see after that third contract anniversary, that 14% simple has now surpassed what that 45% bonus. So again, it's designed for a client who's thinking, I'm going to defer 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10 years down the road. But again, this is an account, or this is a bucket of assets that I know I need to supplement Social Security or be income in retirement days. I don't want the volatility of the open markets. I want to ensure this money is going to be there and it's going to grow as high as I can when I can. And the other thing, and not to continue to push this one too far, but the other thing I want to point out is I mentioned it with both of these riders. That big bonus or that 14% roll up, those are only applied to the benefit base. They do not go into the account value. And the importance of that is the client is never going to be taxed on those because we don't look at it as an actual dollar. So they're obviously going to get taxed on the cost basis of it, whether we're talking qualified or non-qualified account. But in terms of what that up to 45% boost or that 14% roll-up does in terms of increasing the lifetime income, that client does not have tax liability on the difference that provides versus the base income.
Another question popped up around, do you guys have a historical performance of the enhanced Sunrise index?
Yeah, another great question. So again, this is the newest product inside the Nassau portfolio. It actually September next month will be its second year in existence. Two different ways to look at it. There is that website, and again, the website for it is the smart-passage.sg.com. We have there is on that website the daily closing values of that strategy. So it's something that goes back for a significant period of time so that you can see how it's done. We'll obviously start rolling in our first years of credits here beginning September of this year as those contracts continue to hit their sort of first 2-year renewal. But then we also have, as I mentioned, that historical rate piece that's taking a look at the crediting strategies and how they perform. So again, depending on what you're looking at, we've got the rate piece available, and then out on the Smart Passage website, you've got a history of how those 200 low vol stocks have performed. And I will say this: if you look at, again, just the pure index, I'm not talking about the index. I'm not talking about the allocation strategy inside of the growth annuity. That Smart Passage Index, 200 least volatile stocks inside of the S&P. By the design of it, with that vol target, it has outperformed the S&P by north of 3.5% per year since 2000. Again, when you look inside the FIA, you've got you've got par rates, you've got that Sunrise strategy, so a lot of different moving parts, but you can at least see the strength of how that index has performed. And Marcus, if you need me to send that over, I'm happy to send over the link of the link of that website as well. So as you follow up with people, that's a question, you can get that over to everyone.
Yeah, if you can get that to me, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If there's any other questions, feel free to post them here real quick, and otherwise I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Yeah, I don't show any other questions. So Jake, I do appreciate your time this morning and the partnership with Nassau Re, but at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and thank everyone's time this morning. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll follow up with you after the webinar this morning. If you were pulled away from the webinar this morning, this is going to be a recorded version of the Nassau Re Growth Annuity webinar. Let me know that. I will get you out a copy so you can listen to it at your own convenience. But I hope everyone has a great day, and thank you very much. Have a good day.